Welcome back to the Barley Lads. Today we're drinking Dalwhinnie 15. This is Dalwhinnie 15, a Highland Single Malt Scotch from the Dalwhinnie Distillery in Dalwhinnie, Scotland. 43% or 86 proof with a 15-year age statement. Price-wise, you should be able to get this around $80. Mash bill, this is 100% malted barley. So this is Dalwhinnie 15. Thank you to Rose, Bryce's mother-in-law, for letting us sample this whiskey. So Dalwhinnie was originally started in 1897. It sold in 1898, and it was originally known as Strathspey, but the following year it was sold in, it was renamed Dalwhinnie, and so that's where the name comes from. They sold again in 1905 to an American company, and eventually it then again changed hands to what at the time was the MacDonald family, which created a conglomerate of distilleries called DCL, which is now known as Diageo, which a lot of you probably heard of because we've mentioned it before. So it's changed a few names a few times, it's changed hands a few times. The parent company has changed, but the spirit, for the most part, has remained the same as a single malt Scotch. So this is a Highland single malt though, and this is located, the distillery itself is located in a national park in Scotland, which is pretty cool, and it is the highest distillery in Scotland, and so it has the highest altitude of any of the 50 plus 100 plus, I don't know how many distilleries there are, but there's quite a few. And also because of the height and where it is in Scotland, the average temperature there is the lowest of any region in the entire nation of Scotland. So I would assume that probably drastically affects the aging process of these barrels, which I believe these are mostly bourbon barrels, if not all. But yeah, so it just definitely would have a lot to do with how this ages. This is lightly peated, so this is a single malt, but it is lightly peated, which is, I would say an outlier for Highland whiskeys, or I should say any whiskey outside of Islay, your Lagavulins, your Ardbegs, your Lafroigs, that sort of thing. But yeah, so let's get to the tasting on this. So on the nose, you get a lot of honey and citrus, a whiff, just a whiff of peat. When I want a peated whiskey, I certainly want it a little more peaty than this. But of course, to each their own. On the taste, for me, this comes off overly floral, almost to an off-putting point, I'll say, on the finish. This is not for everybody, but a lot of honey still. You still get, I'm going to call it like a lemon zest. That's the citrus that I'm picking up. Medium finish, not a long finish, which is kind of surprising for as old as this is at 15 years. One of the older whiskeys that we've sampled on this channel. One of the things that Bryce picks up on this that he had mentioned, and he likes this a lot more than I do, is he picks up nutmeg a lot on the taste, and I'm really not getting that. To me, it's more herbaceous, more like a bouquet of flowers, and from some that might be really good. It's just not for my palate, but it's certainly not a bad whiskey. And again, for the price for a 15-year-old, it's not too bad. So thanks again for watching another episode of the Barley Lads. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Today we've been drinking Dalwhinnie 15. Cheers.